Next up in my 2024 SEC football record predictions, we have Georgia. Now, I have done 4 predictions already: Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, and Florida. If you want to check those out, they are on my channel right now. I say this every video just in case there's some new people in the videos that have not seen my other ones and you don't know what's going on. I'm going to go through and do every team in the SEC and predict their record. Then when College Football 25 comes out, I'm going to do full season simulations and make videos on how they do in the game compared to what my prediction for them is. So, and then at the end of the season, the actual season in real life, we will see how both my predictions and the game predictions, we'll see how they match up to real life. So it should be a good time, man. So, Georgia. They start off week 1 against Clemson neutral site at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Georgia. So they get Carson Beck back. They lose Brock Bowers. That's a big target. Their wide receiver room is one thing I'm not too sure about. Other than that, I think they're going to be solid. However, I did watch the spring game and I saw, who was it? Who was it that made like the crazy catch and like trapped it on the back of the defender? It was like towards the end of the game. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but especially if you're a Georgia fan, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But whoever made that catch, that was freaking nice. But I say wide receiver is the only question mark I have for Georgia, because you lose a big target in Brock Bowers. He was such a big part of the offense for the last few years. So I mean, I have no doubt that they're going to be okay there. Just how good are they going to be? We will see. A noon kick, bro. Freaking noon kickoffs for Clemson and Georgia, man. I hate noon kickoffs, bro. I am not a fan of the noon kickoffs when it comes to the SEC. I want the 7:30 games. I want the night games, just in general. I would take 3:30. 3:30 Eastern time is fine. Clemson, they're going into a big season. Dabo is, at least. He's got a lot to prove. I don't think he's on the verge of being fired, but he's been heavily criticized for not jumping into the portal and grabbing players. And I mean, I think he has to have a big season here. I think he's going to start off with an L, though. I think Georgia is going to take care of business in week 1. And, of course, they're going to take care of business in week 2. Probably about a score of 77-3 against Tennessee Tech. And then we go to Kentucky. That's going to be a night game. That'll be interesting. I don't think Kentucky has enough to beat Georgia. Though this is early in the season, it's probably a good time to catch Georgia early in the season before, rather than where Florida's sitting. That's like, the team, Georgia's going to have things figured out. Here in the first 3 weeks before the bye week, you're trying to figure stuff out. After the bye week is probably when Georgia's going to be, fairly comfortable with their team. You get the first 3 games under your belt, 1 easy one, 2 pretty tough ones. You know a good bit about your team after a start like that. And then you go into the bye, have a chance to work on things. So I think Kentucky catches them at a good time. I think it'll be close, but I got Georgia. Bye week and then at Alabama. I have Alabama winning this game. I remember I was torn on this in the Alabama video, and I really just went with the home team. 7:30 p.m. start time at Bryant-Denny. That place is going to be rocking. Just because it's Georgia, just because it's Kirby Smart coming into town, they're going to be rocking. Especially if Georgia's #1 in the country, but that's not really going to... It's not going to really add more or take away anything. If Georgia is #1, Bryant-Denny is going to be rocking. Auburn. It's homecoming for Georgia. I would say this could be a night game. If Auburn is as as solid as I think they're gonna be, I think this will end up being a night game. Um, let me see here. I have Georgia winning this game. So 4-1 start here in the first 5 games. Then they host Mississippi State, which, yeah, I'm gonna go with the W there, man. I think that'll end up being a 3:30. Mississippi State's tough, man. I don't really know how they're gonna be. They got Jeff Levy, who's a brilliant offensive mind at head coach now. I think eventually their offense is gonna be really good, really creative. But how good are they gonna be in year 1? I'm not sure. And because of that uncertainty, man, I know Georgia's gonna be good. So I just gotta go with what I know rather than what I'm uncertain about. And yeah, I'll take Georgia to win that one. Probably pretty easily. I would say 14 plus at least. Yeah, man. Mississippi State, just a mystery to me. At Texas. Man. Some tough road games. At Kentucky, at Alabama, at Texas, at Ole Miss. Tough road games, man. Oh. Gonna be a night game. 100% gonna be a night game. Oh, man. Quinn Ewers versus Carson Beck. Sark versus Kirby Smart. Sark versus Smart. Ooh. I'm torn. I'm torn. I'm gonna go with the home team. Fudge, I don't know. I don't know, man. This is tough. I wish I've seen Texas's schedule by now. I think that would make it a little bit easier. Man. But my gut. What is my gut telling me? My gut's even confused, bro. Oh, man, this would be such a massive freaking game. DKR would be just like Alabama. It would be absolutely rocking. First year in the SEC for Texas, and they're hosting Georgia in their place. Oh my god, they're gonna be rocking, dude. Will Georgia lose their 2 hardest true road games so far? No, it'll be their 2 hardest of the season. Would they lose those 2 games? I don't think so. But I'm thinking I'm gonna pick Georgia to lose either at Texas or at Ole Miss. I'm gonna pick them to lose one of those games. Oh, I think they're more likely to lose at Texas. I think they're more likely to lose at Texas. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Just get it over with. Obviously it can go either way. I'm torn, bro. I just had to get on with it. Florida. I have Georgia winning that. Again, I think Florida catches Georgia at the wrong part of the season. Especially coming off a loss and a bye week for Georgia, it would be extremely tough for Florida to win this game. I think it could be fairly close, fairly competitive, at least to start off. A close first half, close first 3 quarters. Maybe Georgia pulls away in the 4th quarter. Maybe it's close throughout. I don't know. I think it could be pretty competitive though. And if Florida is having the kind of season I expect them to have, this could be a pretty big game, dude. At Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss is gonna be really good. At least on paper, they're going to be really good. We'll see how that translates to the actual results. I'm going to go Georgia. I'm not going to pick Georgia to lose all 3 of their toughest road games here. I'm not going to do that, dude. This could end up being a close game. What was the score last year? It wasn't that close last year, was it? I don't remember it being that close. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm pretty confident in picking Georgia to win that. I think it is way more likely they lose at Texas than at Ole Miss. So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2, going home to host Tennessee. Man, I think Tennessee is going to be really good too. I think Nico is going to take a big step forward. It's so hard doing these predictions not knowing like how I would have Tennessee at this point. It's so difficult, man. Cause like, what if I have Tennessee at like 3 losses? This will be their 4th loss, dude. That's a lot. I think Tennessee is better than that, to be honest. I'm going with Georgia, and I'm gonna pick Georgia to win out. UMass is not gonna be competitive. Georgia Tech may be a little bit competitive, but yeah, I don't really think so. Well, I don't know. Georgia Tech, what did they finish last year? Weren't they pretty solid last year? Georgia Tech. I believe they were around like 500, like 6-6, 7-5, weren't they? I could be 100% off on that. I just thought I remember, like, is it Haynes King, the quarterback? He was doing pretty well for Georgia Tech. I think I remember hearing Georgia Tech being pretty decent. So they may be competitive in this game, but I will have Georgia winning that one. So I have Georgia finishing 10-2, their 2 losses at Texas and at Alabama. If they had Bama at home, I would have picked Georgia. If they had Texas at home, I would have picked Georgia. So it's really just me picking the home team because it's going to be really difficult going into both Alabama and Texas and getting a win. And I 100% know that Georgia is capable of going into those places and getting a win. I'll just put that out there. This is not me being like 100% Texas is going to win or Bama. No, I'm torn on both of those, dude. There's so many good teams in the SEC. Tennessee, Ole Miss, Texas, Bama, LSU, man. Like, it's crazy. Oklahoma. It's insane. And stressful. But yeah, man. 10-2 is what I have Georgia going in the regular season, and that would probably put them into the playoff. That would put them into the playoff, actually, most likely. If they got left out with a 10-2 record with wins over Ole Miss, Tennessee, Kentucky, Clemson, that would be ridiculous. And especially with the 2 losses that they have. So, yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you have Georgia going in this year's regular season? I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.